since I've been active working on the Jeep, but as you can see, I pretty much got this side buttoned up. Probably a little bit more prep work to do before it gets painted, but I'm happy with this side of the Jeep, and I got some little holes to fill in. So let's see. As you can see on this side here, there's a gusset or like a doubler piece that goes inside of the side panel. I'm going to remove that from the other, the original body panel, and install it, and then continue to work on this side here, which I think tonight we're going to just work on this and see how far along we can get. So my little workbench here has been falling apart for years. It's got this killer vise on it. But we're gonna see if it can go for one more rodeo before I have to finally put a new top on it. Okay. So that's basically what I'm gonna cut out here. Alright, so now I'm just going to do a rough mark of the area that I'm going to trim. I'm going to leave this piece of wheel arch right here. Just see for now. Okay. So I'm going to cut inside the line everywhere and see how we do. All right. There we go. Rotten piece. We'll see if I did all right. Let's see. Now I might nip this down a little bit and see if I can roll. I've never done hammer forming, but maybe I can get that piece to jive right here where it wants to be part of that body line. All right, so this piece right here is actually still solid, and the curve is better than this one. This is sort of steep, and this one's got a nice radius. Let me see if you can see what I'm talking about here. Right here has a nice radius in it, and this is a little bit more flat. So I'm gonna try to just nip off from here so I can keep that original curve and then blend it into here. So that's just gonna be basically cutting off this flange. Okay. Got here. Trying to refresh my memory because I stopped working on this last night when some batteries died. So I've notched this piece in to the driver's side of the body now, and it's actually being held up by the tension of the fit. So this is a really close fit on this piece, and I'm reasonably happy with that. But next I need to figure out how I'm going to bend and fold the forward part of this to accommodate the tool indent. Right in here you can see the detail that I'm talking about. And I'm not a bodywork guy. I've put rocker panels on, I don't know, maybe 10 vehicles over the years, and these were winter beater vehicles that just needed to take a sticker and go a couple more years. So this is probably one of the few things I've put bodywork into that I plan on sticking around. I guess the only other one would be that that Jeep XJ that we got. So anyway, you can see here, if this is gonna be the body line, this is gonna be the lower line, it needs to start kicking in to accommodate the Pioneer tools. All right, so I've got it fit up pretty good. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of tack welding, just get it started. And hopefully we'll have a good side panel here shortly. So here's a little tool. It's a piece of copper, and you're supposed to be able to put it in behind where you have a weld going and then weld right up to it and it won't stick. My dad got this recently because we were working on his Willys MB. I put a soft top on it with him, and we had to reposition some of the brackets on his tub, so he wanted to weld the holes in. And I don't know, he remembered seeing this from when he took a welding class a long time ago in college, and I'd never used one, so this is gonna be my first rodeo with it, and it's better to give it a shot on this Jeep because, you know, it's my Jeep, it's a beater Jeep, and his Jeep is pretty and nice, and I wouldn't want to wreck it. So let's learn on this one and then do it for real on the other one. Fire up the Milwaukee light. It's so much easier to weld when you can see. I can't imagine welding when I don't have to kneel down either. That's gonna be great. Wow, it's kind of like cheating. That worked a lot better than I would have even hoped. Let's try it on here. Yeah, that thing is awesome. You gotta weld some little gnarly holes like that, especially in punky metal like this where you can't really do a good weld. Get you one of these. That's yeah, I wasn't sure what to think, but I'm a believer now. That's cool. Alright, so here's my next piece here. I've got it roughed in, and I'm leaving enough of a flange here. I'm gonna go even a little bigger than this. It's going to get folded in to become the bottom plate. This is all going to go away, but I'm just leaving it for support right now. So I'm going to cut that shape out roughly. It'll get me close. I'm going to go big everywhere and then fight it in. And then I got to come up with a plan to address here. But yeah, I'll be glad to have this type of work behind me. This doing this, it stops me from working on the Jeep when I think about how much work goes into doing stuff like this. And honestly, I'm not that good at it, so at the end of the day, it still kind of looks like trash. But, you know, hopefully it'll be, I can grind it all to the point where you can't tell. Alright, so here's my next piece here. kind of a Jenga thing, but I got it fit up reasonably well, and I'm gonna deal with the oval drain later and this other piece of flange here, but one thing at a time. No real plan, just sort of fix the big holes. Simple as can be, but I did a little bit of grinding work on that, and I think I'll be able to make most of it disappear. Here, haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm gonna grind it in when I have the rest of this kind of get this Jeep wheeling, because boy, I really want to use it. And I've been watching videos of guys wheeling CJ-2As and rock crawling them, and Grandpa's Jeep and Bam Bam and all those cool YouTube Jeep guys, and it's making me jealous. So it's time to keep pushing and get this thing going. Alright, so I'm fitting up the next piece here. It's getting close. And I don't really have anything fancy. I mean, I do have battery tools, but, you know, that's not the fanciest thing out there now. If I had a really nice bandsaw, I could just cut this out, or even better, you know, like a table that I could lay out, work on, and plasma cut, that'd be great. But I got this guy and this, and basically this is why this part sucks. And now we test. It's getting really close. And then I like to use the Sharpie, which is right here, and give myself a mark on where it's big. So, let's see. Well, it's still basically big everywhere. There's one spot right here where it's close, but especially here and here. Now we're gonna grind that. I've got the tub sitting up right here, as you can see, in the garage, because working underneath it was a pain, and this was easy. So it's upright. We're gonna do a little work on it, and then get the floor burned in. So I've got the floor pan mostly fit up for the driver's side now, sort of cut to fit. I mean, nothing too special. I got my clips all in, kind of maintaining a semi-even gap, and my plan is basically I'm gonna weld this in. I'm gonna get some spot welds drilled in here and weld that flange in, and then I'm gonna do a few down on the bottom here, and we'll just see we'll see how it goes. But I'm hopeful that it'll all look pretty good. I might readjust my clamps a little bit, because after I pushed this piece into position, I kind of put a little bow in here, so I'm just gonna kind of move it out a little bit. Maybe I'll just relieve the tension here. Yeah, that kind of helped. And then just grab it in a few places. And hopefully we can do it pretty good. This will be much better than I did on this previous side. The other side kind of was a disaster, so I'm gonna fix the bottom, and obviously you can see that my welds need to be redone on the other side, or at least a second pass, and then, you know, kind of dress it a little bit. But I think that I'm ready for this sub to have floors in it, you know. And then I got some more. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with the firewall here, but I'll do that after. It's probably not technically the correct way to do any of this, but you know what? I mean, look how I got the tub rigged up, so, you know, it'll be good for me, and I'll be really excited to have this done. So let's put some weld on that and just get her going. So I took a break from welding over there, and I wanted to just do some actual welds, so I welded in the bottom of the skid plate here. Welding this thick stuff is a lot more fun than welding this horrible, rusty, thin old metal. So that's going to be beefed up here. I got my set points right where I like them for this, so I'm just going to finish welding that in and give this panel over here a chance to cool down. And honestly, it's a lot more fun to weld like this versus like that. So yeah. Still making progress. Well, a whole bunch of welding and grinding later. I've got it all burned in for the most part. Ooh, my stand is hitting stuff. So I'm just gonna throw a quick layer of paint on to what I've done. I still gotta tune up that bottom panel there, but overall I'm pretty happy. This Jeep is gonna be good enough for what I want to do. Ultimately, I'm probably going to oil this Jeep, but I'm going to have to do the hat channel, so I'll probably end up just kind of spot grinding off all the areas that need to be welded for that. And yeah, but there we go. I'm pretty pleased with the results of that so far, and obviously there's still a lot more work to go, and I'm not even going to consider working on the cargo space in the rear here. The body will come off and do that later, or I'll do it in place. I honestly don't really care. That, you know, that'll happen when it happens, but I want to use this thing, so there we go. That's pretty good for now. All right, so a lot of time has passed since getting the Jeeps, but it's time to put them to bed. We got the first snow a couple of days ago, so we got to put the ones that are in worse condition in a final resting place, and the better ones will get priority seating so that they can, you know, have parts harvested and get fixed up even in the dead of winter. So it's pretty easy to tell which ones are higher priority, but I think that this one here is gonna get a decent spot. This engine is still good, so it's gonna get the best spot we can find, and this body is pretty good too. So these two are the best. Number 3 here is interesting, so is gonna also have a decent spot, and the rest of these are parts buggies, so probably pull the glass off of this one, windshield frame. Well, you know, it's kind of messed up, but I also would like to get this frame off before winter. Maybe I'll make that a little side mission here. Heavier than they look. parallel park them in here. At least that's the goal. This. She's almost free. There you go.
Nice. Cutting the frame after we get the drive shaft out, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's it. At least that was the thought.
Are we in a happy place where it is sitting on the... Yeah, we are.
I think we might
Go back a little bit.
before we cut the frame, maybe just go lower with the forks. So if it does decide to fall, it doesn't fall so far. Or
Yeah. I'll cut up. I'll cut halfway up and then we'll.
Yeah.
Go down. Yeah.
Because I'm old and I don't want to bend over,
That's fair.
and I want to be able to run.
Oh.
Run.
Marathon?
Oh,
No. Run away.
Run away. I thought you meant it's like go for a run. That's weird. Maybe on a bike. You took it the same way, right?
It was. That's how it was phrased.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going jogging.
I was just gonna.
It made sense, other than the fact that it was confusing.
I'm virtually an Olympian as it is.
I was just gonna tease him about it.
All right.
Even I don't want to run.
Cutting now.
I like running.
right, so I'm unloading the blue Jeep. That's the one with the flathead 6. It's got a good mill in the back, transmission transfer. This will be my next Jeep project because, you know, why only do one? So anyway, the tractor wheelbase is not, it's pretty close where it won't be able to drive off with it. So my plan is to back this off using the Polaris winch to ease it down slowly, and hopefully nobody dies. So gotta do a little adjusting on the wheels here, and yeah, hopefully we can get this old Jeep down and off the trailer, because I had a big tree blow down, so I've got to fix my yard, and I needed the tractor, and while I'm at it, gotta get the trailer off. So anyway, my father-in-law's Razor was here, and it's got a little winch. So it should be good, although we don't really have enough lean on the trailer. That's the trouble, but at least it's a measure of control. Should stop things before they get too exciting, hopefully, and we'll see how it goes. So the little tractor is barely strong enough to pick this up. I actually had to use the tops of the forks, not the fork itself, but the top, so I can get in close enough where she'll pick it up. But she will pick this thing up, so let's see if we can put this thing into a good resting place for now. Well guys, that's all the progress I've made so far. It's been a little sporadic in making videos lately, but there's been a lot of stuff going on. I'm hoping that I can still continue to get the 2A in the garage done here soon. I feel like it's getting closer, and I got a lot of energy to do it, so that'll be great. And in the meantime, this one's gonna be parked undercover for the next project, which will be a long ways from now, because something pretty cool happened for me. My wife and I had our first child in the time since I filmed the last one. So it's pretty recent, and it's pretty awesome. So there's some other stuff going on right now, but obviously I'm never going to be done with engines or cars or Jeeps or anything. So that's kind of why I've been distracted lately. But I hope to keep making some more, and probably see you guys soon here. There's a lot going on, so I just want to say thank you for watching and showing up and, you know, checking out what I got going on. I'm having fun doing it still, and I have no plans of stopping, because it's a good time, and I feel like it's really positive. I get so many good comments from people, and people sending me an email. So yeah, thanks for checking out what I got going on, and hopefully we'll be getting into some cooler stuff here soon, because I'm almost done with the slog of horrible welding and grinding rusty metal. It's no fun at all, and I kind of hate it. It makes me hesitant to keep going. You know, it's sort of like I've got to force myself to work on the Jeep. I much rather turn wrenches, you know, and that, you know, build something versus just cut some rusty junk. But anyway, enough of that. We're almost through it, so that Jeep is going to be running in the springtime for sure. I got a new carburetor for it from a friend who is really into 2As and MBs, specifically MBs, but flat fenders in general. So that was great, and we'll catch back up here next time. Hopefully it's pretty soon, because there's a lot more to come. Thanks for watching.